Magnus sites. Oh, we got some plot details. Woo-hoo. And rumors about Spider-Man 4.
What's going on, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and MCU. And since Spider-Man No Way Home came out, and there have been talks about a fourth Spider-Man movie confirmed by Marvel Studios President Kevin Feige and executive producer at Sony Amy Pascal, fans have been wondering, what exactly is this next film and other films going to be about? We've had somewhat of an idea thanks to the post-credit scene for Spider-Man No Way Home that involved a certain symbiote, but perhaps the next Spider-Man movie, the fourth Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, could be a lot bigger than we actually think, and perhaps Tobey and Andrew could be returning along with Tom Hardy. And I know what you're automatically thinking,
what?
all three Spider-Men versus Venom? No, that is not what we're going to be talking about in this video. But we will be talking about the symbiote god and a possible connection to Thor, Love, and Thunder.
Really?
If even half of these rumors end up being true, this is going to make for one heck of a Spider-Man movie. And honestly, if they did this story right, it could even top Spider-Man No Way Home. And I'll explain why in this video. And of course, if you're new, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the latest news. So I actually had this idea for some time now, ever since they announced that Gore the God Butcher was going to be the main villain of Thor Love and Thunder. Combining this with something that we saw in Guardians of the Galaxy, this would actually line up and make sense for a perfect plot for Spider-Man 4. So since Spider-Man No Way Home came out, rumors have been going around that Tobey and Andrew aren't done as Spider-Man. Their respective Spider-Mans. There's news that Andrew could possibly get the Amazing Spider-Man 3. There's news that Tobey Maguire might show up in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. There's a lot of stuff going around. And I hope it's all true. I hope they return. But I hope they return for this movie with Tom Holland. I hope we get another Spider-Man team up again. And rumors going around right now say that that's what's going to happen, except they're not just going to be in the very end of this film. They're going to be with Tom Holland's Spider-Man from the very beginning. The reason why is because of that post-credit scene where Tom Hardy's Venom is in the MCU, but then he gets taken back to his own universe, the Sony universe of Marvel characters. But a little piece of that symbiote stayed behind. This is where the problem starts. And it looks like this is where Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is going to be getting his wish, where he said, I want to fight an alien. Rumor has it that the three of them are not just going to go up against one symbiote, but a whole army of symbiotes and Null, the creator of the symbiotes and the god of darkness. Now, hear me out for just a second.
Fourth one?
I'm going to connect this to Thor, Love, and Thunder and Guardians of the Galaxy. And the comic book readers, I bet, already know where I'm going with this. So Null originally was just chilling in the darkness in a place called the Abyss. It's a place that existed between the destruction of the sixth cosmos and the creation of the seventh cosmos. Then, one day, he was awakened by the light of creation when the Celestials began to create the universe, which is now the MCU, we would assume. And Null, the god of darkness, didn't exactly like that. Null was pretty pissed off, so what he decided to do was retaliate, and he created a sword of living darkness called the All Black. And what did he do? He went out and decapitated one of the Celestials. He cut the head clean off one of them. And where have we seen this before? We have seen this in Guardians of the Galaxy. Nowhere. Nowhere is a city that is literally built inside of the head of a decapitated Celestial. So how did the Celestial get its head decapitated in the MCU? It could have possibly been Null, especially if you consider the events that are about to take place in Thor, Love, and Thunder. Stick with me here. Null was cast back into the void of darkness, but the head of the Celestial was still with him. So he used the head to infuse cosmic energy from the Celestial's head inside of the sword, making it even more powerful. Now, Null, still very pissed off and still seeking revenge on the divine light that had brought down his kingdom, created a symbiote suit of armor. He created this from the eldritch darkness that he commanded, and then he set out on a genocidal campaign against the other gods and life itself. And from here, he became a terribly feared, legendary figure for billions of years. Now, at some point in time down the line, Null engaged an army of gold-armored gods that had the power of the light, and he killed all of them but one. Now, Null pursued this remaining survivor and managed to stab him, but he was also stabbed by the god's spear in the head, and they both fell down to a desolate planet. Now, one of the inhabitants of the planet saw the gods falling to the ground, and being impaled by the spear of the god, the all-black sword left Null and went to this inhabitant of the planet, who is Gore, who goes on to be known as Gore the God Butcher, who is going to be played by Christian Bale in Thor Love and Thunder. Now, Gore goes on to be called the God Butcher because he uses the all-black sword to kill gods. And since they have announced that he is playing Gore the God Butcher, I'm assuming that he's gone around and killed some gods, presumably with the all-black sword. So we already have two major connections to Null, the God of Darkness and creator of symbiotes in the MCU here. Now, Null's story isn't done. He doesn't die there. He actually goes on, and he kind of just forgets about the thief who stole his sword. He decides not to seek revenge. Now, eventually he realizes that he can create symbiotes out of darkness, and he uses them to attach to lesser life forms rather than eradicating them. And he creates these huge dragon symbiotes, but his reign comes to an end when he goes to Earth and he fights Thor. Thor defeats them by blasting them with divine light, and the symbiotes kind of shatter and fall apart, and they end up attaching to good people. And from here on out, the symbiotes actually kind of become good, and they actually attack Null, and they lock him away in the heart of their planet, which is called Clintar. And from there on out, they actually seek to be good and protect the cosmos and form a team called Agents of the Cosmos. Now, I'm thinking something like this could happen, except instead of Thor fighting these two dragons, it could actually be our three Spider-Men fighting Null and an army of symbiotes. Now, among these symbiotes could be Venom and could be Carnage somehow.
You can't
Not
have
the
that
Carnage
for a
that we just
first
saw in
movie
Venom
in a
1
trilogy,
Carnage,
though,
but
right?
an MCU Carnage.
Sounds
and clearly
climactic.
the symbiote that is left over from Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock and Venom being in the MCU is going to be different as well. So the Venom and Carnage that they would fight wouldn't be the ones we've already seen. But in Spider-Man No Way Home, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man said that he fought an alien. It was black and it was gooey and sticky, and it looks like Tom Holland's Spider-Man is about to run into the same thing, in which he will probably seek the help of Tobey Maguire. Now, of course, I acknowledge that nobody remembers him, including Doctor Strange, but we have no idea what is about to happen in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Anything could be possible, the spell could be erased, and things could be made right. I'm assuming eventually everybody will know who Peter Parker is again at some point, in which Peter could ask Doctor Strange for the help of Tobey Maguire's Peter, since that Spider-Man has fought the symbiote before, since that's what he mentioned. And why not bring in good old Andrew, since he always wanted to fight an alien and they could use the help. From here, I do think that from a story point, this would be a really awesome story, seeing the three Spider-Men work together to fight against a symbiote army. That's a very Spider-Man type of feel. This could start the actual real Venom in the MCU by the new Venom symbiote bonding to Peter Parker at first, only for Peter to reject it, and that could eventually lead to a Carnage storyline down the road as well. And I do kind of hope that if this all happens, they actually bring Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock and Venom in the MCU to help them. After all, he was already in it before for like, we'll say 5 hours or something like that. Why not bring him back? But let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. Is this a story that you would like to see for Spider-Man 4, or would you like to see it go in a different direction? Let me know, and don't forget to like the video and
That
subscribe.
sounds like...
For live updates, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof
Woof woof. It sounds like, if anything, that's going to be the third in the trilogy. You know what I mean? And it's like, I mean, that's starting out real big. You got what I'm saying? That's starting out huge. Okay? I don't know, man. But, hey, anything with all three of them again, I'm down for. You know what I'm saying? I just want good movies. I really don't care as far as Marvel or DC or who's got the better movies. I'm a fan of both, and I have been for years. I just want great movies. I don't want to jump on and complain. As a fan, I just want great movies. So, hey, if that's going to be the story, just make it a great movie so that I can enjoy it for years to come over and over again. Post comments down below. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to The Cosmic Wonder. And if you enjoyed my reaction, hit the like button, subscribe, and share.